Hi guys, what's up Wednesday? I'm Ashley sharing another video with you guys this week. So I wanted to talk about hyper-focusing on someone who is making you unhappy. This has a lot of loaded stuff in it. So this tends to be the way that I see triggers show up, as well as victimization. Just gonna be real. And I have the same experience. The difference is that I have awareness and I pause when I start to feel victim to something. Nobody can actually make you feel a certain way. It's usually triggering something deeper down, a different feeling that may have already been there. A wound or a feeling that already exists within you. It can be from a past experience. It can be from childhood. It can be your whole life. And when you have that experience with someone where they are triggering the shit out of you, pay attention. Use it and utilize it as a gift. It triggers, I'm just gonna say this, triggers to me are a gift. The experience in the moment is not that fun. I'm 100% agree with that. But they are a window. They are a direct arrow to something that is still left bleeding and wounded and unhealed. And when we are talking about finding our happiness, finding our joy, finding our bliss, that only comes from within you. So wouldn't you want to know where your triggers are? What it's telling you, what it's showing you? So I have a few questions for you. If you can think of someone or something that has been really highly triggering you, and sometimes even making you feel like you're going into that victim mode, right? Mentally, physically, whatever it is, it's making you feel that way. So I have a few questions. 1, pinpoint someone or something that is already incredibly triggering. Okay, so put that down on a piece of paper, get your journal out, do this later, bookmark it, whatever, doesn't matter. What or who is already triggering out of you? When you're feeling that victimization, when you're feeling that trigger, what is the feeling that's actually coming up? Is it a feeling of being unworthy? Is that what that person is making you feel? Unworthy? Unlovable? Are they making you feel maybe unimportant or a weakness, right? Like that you are not as strong as you should be? What is it about that, that's coming up? Write that down as well. Can you also pinpoint another moment in your life where this same trigger or similar person, similar situation has come up before, right? There's usually a pattern that happens here. So start to look at it, start to view it. Be willing and open to be transparent with yourself and honest about this entire thing, because anything that you're hiding from yourself is really not going to help you. So did this feeling or trigger exist before this person ever walked into your life? If you can honestly pinpoint a time where it did, where that feeling already existed somewhere within you, and it could literally be from forever ago. It doesn't have to be recent. It can be both, literally. But whatever it is, like I said, it's offering you a moment. It's offering you a window into healing something deeper down that other people will continue mirroring back to you and tell you, find what that trigger is within you and you do some work around it. You reprogram it to what is probably more of truth and honesty, but we can't do that if we're not willing to see things. So just as an example, for me, when I did this earlier because I knew I wanted to do my video on this. So I was like, hey, maybe it's good timing for me to sit down and do this journaling session too and go, what has been making me feel triggered lately, or has been reminding me of something else, which is kind of what I'm walking you through. And it was the feeling of someone else making me feel expendable. That one hurts. Like, that one's not super fun, but it's okay. Like, I loved being able to see it again because it reminded me of how I don't, like deeper down, I don't actually feel that way. But I can remember different points in my life where I felt like someone else was telling me just that, right? That they didn't need me, that I was expendable, that they didn't want me around or whatever it was. And when I have something like that now show up, my response is very different because I've done the deeper work, right? It's like I don't get triggered by it as much anymore. If I do, once again, it's time to journal. But for the most part, it's like, what do I actually really believe about myself deeper down? Am I expendable? No, not in my own life, not anymore. And part of that is also just choosing yourself over and over and over again, no matter what, that you are lovable, that you are deserving, that you are worthy, that you could not possibly be expendable, and that you are 100% meant to be here. And you're meant to be happy too. It's pretty freaking important. If you need help working on victimization, right, which is something that all of us do, we can feel victim to other people. If you need help breaking that pattern, reprogramming it, whatever it is, then reach out. No one outside of you can really be making you unhappy. That's the truth of it. You have the option to be happy, but you may have not been doing that deeper work with some brutal honesty, or it could be a lot of different things. Depends. We all have very unique lives and very unique situations. All right, I hope you enjoyed this mini lesson on triggers and victimization, and I will see you guys at least next week.